The Strait of Hormuz narrows to just 21 miles at its tightest point, and through that narrow stretch, nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply passes every single day. Iran knows the importance of that. The United States Navy knows that Iran knows it. And on the morning USS Tripoli entered those waters, both sides were about to test exactly how far the other would push. Inside Tripoli's Combat Information Center, a sudden spike appears on the radar display, cutting through the routine surface traffic. One contact, fast, low signature, closing in from the northeast. Within moments, 2 more returns appear, then 5, speed holding at roughly 32 knots, bearing tightening, range decreasing rapidly, no AIS signal, no identification broadcast, no change in heading. The watch officer calls it out in a calm, level tone. Multiple fast surface contacts closing, the kind of voice that carries weight, because it carries no panic. Around him, the atmosphere shifts instantly. Sailors move from passive monitoring to precise tracking. No unnecessary chatter, only essential communication. Hands move across consoles, sensors sharpen, optical systems begin to align toward the incoming contacts. Up on the bridge, the officer of the deck receives the update and responds with a single command. Maintain course, log everything. No raised voice, no urgency in tone. Below, the radar picture becomes clearer. 5 contacts confirmed, not scattered, not random. They're aligning, their vectors converging, not toward a single point, but forming a pattern, a loose arc, directly ahead of Tripoli's projected path. Distance, 3.4 nautical miles. Closing quickly, infrared systems lock on. Heat signatures spike, engines pushed hard, beyond normal patrol limits. Wake trails stretch long and sharp across the water, visible even before the vessels fully emerge through the haze. Then the shapes become visible, low hulls, slim profiles, minimal superstructure, fast attack craft. No flags, no clear markings, but the silhouette is unmistakable, likely Iranian, still officially unconfirmed, still technically unidentified. And in these waters, that distinction matters. CPA under 2 miles. Time to closest approach, 6 minutes. No radio communication, no static, no acknowledgement, just 5 vessels. Accelerating into position, on Tripoli's flight deck, the shift is immediate but controlled. Rotors begin spinning, crew chiefs signal silently, an AH-1Z Viper sits armed but idle. Systems powered, weapons safe, waiting, because nothing has crossed the line, not yet. Back inside CIC, tracking lines tighten further, the 5 contacts begin to separate deliberately, 2 move toward port, 2 mirror on starboard, the 5th holds center line directly ahead. This is not pursuit, this is not escort, this is calculated positioning, geometry in motion, a containment arc forming around a U.S. Navy warship in one of the most sensitive waterways on Earth. Tripoli adjusts heading, 4 degrees to starboard, minimal, measured, a test. The response is immediate. The center vessel adjusts, matching the movement perfectly, maintaining intercept geometry. The arc tightens, distance 2 nautical miles, speed gap narrowing, no weapons deployed, no fire control radar detected, but intent unmistakable. Long-range optics zoom further, movement becomes visible on the decks of the approaching craft. Personnel in helmets and vests, focused, coordinated, not rushed, not disorganized, ready, no weapons raised, not yet. Recommend initial hail, approved. This is a United States naval vessel conducting transit in international waters. Unidentified contacts, you are approaching at high speed, alter course immediately. Transmission sent in English, then repeated in Farsi. Response, nothing, no static, no acknowledgement, no hesitation. Distance, 1.8 nautical miles, angles sharpening, wake trails overlapping. The arc nearly complete. Tripoli holds steady. Speed unchanged, course unchanged, no evasive action, no escalation. Because the rules are clear, presence first, pressure second, action only when required. On deck, the Viper remains ready, pilots strapped in, watching, waiting. Inside CIC, a final update cuts through. Contacts maintaining intercept geometry, encirclement likely, no visible reaction, none needed. The screen says everything. 5:18 local time, no separation, no de-escalation. Distance continues to shrink. 5 fast attack craft now within 1.2 nautical miles. Speed still above 30 knots. No deviation, no response to warnings. The bridge transmits again. Same message, same tone, same clarity. The answer, silence, not ignored, rejected. Now the formation tightens. Portside vessels push closer, starboard mirrors the move. Ahead, two craft accelerate and angle inward, not blocking, not striking, but shaping space. The lead vessel adjusts speed in bursts, 32 knots. This is controlled pressure. CPA drops below 1 nautical mile. Time to closest point, under 4 minutes. Decision made. Launch helo. No delay, no buildup, just execution. An MH-60 Seahawk lifts off cleanly, rotors cutting through still air, banking low and fast toward the contact cluster. Altitude 300 feet, sensors active. Inside CIC, the live feed comes alive. FLIR locks onto the nearest vessel, thermal bloom from engines, bright, aggressive. Details sharpen, crew movement visible. Now there's no doubt. Iranian fast attack craft. The Seahawk drops lower, 200 feet above the water, close enough to be seen, far enough to avoid provocation. Its presence changes the geometry instantly. One vessel shifts slightly, another reduces speed, barely, still holding formation, still closing. Electronic systems confirm. Low-power radar sweeps from the Iranian boats. Search mode, tracking, measuring, fully aware. At 800 meters, maneuvering intensifies. One vessel cuts sharply across Tripoli's bow. Close, very close, under 600 meters. No collision, but enough to demand attention. Tripoli does not react. The Seahawk shifts position. Lateral offset. Cameras locked. Every movement recorded. Time-stamped. Stored. This is no longer just presence. This is documentation. Then, the signal. A green laser projects from the Seahawk, landing directly across the vessel's bridge. Steady, visible, unmistakable. A message, you are being tracked. You are being recorded. Radio follows immediately. Iranian naval vessels, you are operating unsafely. Alter course immediately or you will be classified as hostile. English, then Farsi. No change in tone, no escalation, just clarity. For the first time, movement shifts, slight but real. Lead vessel slows, 30 knots to 27 to 25. Wake shortens, angle softens, portside hesitates, starboard mirrors, still close, still dangerous, but no longer tightening. Distance stabilizes around 700 meters, but the moment doesn't hold. One vessel surges forward suddenly. Acceleration spikes, over 30 knots, direct intercept toward starboard. Distance 400 meters. Closing fast. The Seahawk reacts instantly, drops lower, positions directly above, dominating the space, laser locks again, steady across the bridge. Alter course immediately. Distance 300 meters, closest yet. Tripoli remains steady. No turn, no reduction. Then, the change. Throttle drops, speed falls at 250 meters. The vessel begins to turn, slow, deliberate, but enough. Intercept broken. CPA increases. Tripoli still does not move. Behind it, the formation loosens, spacing increases. Not retreating, but no longer coordinated. A second Seahawk lifts, climbs to 800 feet. Now 2 aircraft overhead, full visual control. Below. Iranian vessels slow, speeds drop into low 20s, still present, but no longer aggressive. Then finally, a voice over radio. This is Iranian naval unit conducting patrol operations. You are advised to alter course. Tripoli replies immediately, calm, precise. Your maneuvers have been recorded. Maintain safe distance. Silence again, 5:35 local time. The water appears calm, no damage, no debris, no sign of what just happened. But inside CIC, everything remains active. Every contact logged, every movement recorded, every second preserved. Because in modern naval operations, what happens matters. But what can be proven matters more. 5 vessels, coordinated, silent, deliberate. They compressed space, forced reaction time down to seconds. And then they stopped, not because they were told, not because they were warned, but because the response was enough. Above them, a helicopter they couldn't ignore. Ahead of them, a warship that didn't move. No confusion, no deniability. One side tested the limit, the other showed exactly where it was. The strait remains open. Tripoli continues forward, and behind it, 5 vessels slowly separate, fading back into individual radar contacts. Now a question for you. When that vessel closed to just 300 meters, what would you have done? Fire a warning shot, block its path, or hold steady and wait for them to back off? Tell me in the comments.